Hey everyone, it's Mr. Ha. I just want to go over the Zev Slim Magwell that I purchased because I purchased this to fit on my Glock 34 to fit in the IDPA box. And based on this disclaimer they have here, it's supposed to fit in the IDPA box, but recently I found out that that did not happen. At my last local match, I asked my match director to break out the box to see if my Glock 34 with the Magwell will fit inside of it. We placed it inside and it was a no-go. It did not fit. We tried everything we could to put it in the box and he basically had to force it in. The lid did close, so the slim fit as far as the height is okay, but the edge there did not make it. So what my match director suggested is that possibly filing off a 1/4 inch off the back end of this Magwell would help aid in this thing fitting perfectly inside the box instead of it being shoved inside the box. And if I'm going to a state match, I'd rather it fit perfectly than having to be shoved in. So as you can see here with the Magwell, the back end on the right is kind of looped. Just like you can see right here at the top, it's rounded. That's the 1/4 inch that needs to actually be taken off in order for this to fit in the box lengthwise. So what you're going to need to do is draw a line right there, about a 1/4 inch down. You're going to have to start filing. Now I bought myself a coarse hand file, put it in a vise and started filing. Now the thing is, you don't want to file past that line because you don't want to break the integrity of this Magwell. It is made of aluminum. As you can see, a lot of shavings will come off. You're going to come down and you're going to see right where that hole is. You don't want to go any lower than that because it's going to weaken it. So basically I would suggest just going to that line right there. Now it's going to be a little bit rough, especially if you're using a coarse hand file to get this done. I tried using a Dremel at first, but it just made it really choppy. It didn't work out as well as using a hand file. Now if you take a look, you'll notice that it's a lot flatter. This is the rough version of it right here. Using a hand file, of course, I mean that's just digging out the aluminum. Now in order to get this thing finished and ready for painting, I suggest using a carborundum polishing wheel. These are very hard to find. They're not made of stone. It's actually compressed fiber. And I've used this on a lot of finishing on metal. This is a great thing. I didn't really video me doing it because it was hard to video and to be precise on this, but let me show you what this thing does. I'll use the end of my file here and show you. I like using the flat side of my carborundum because it acts as a finishing tool. It actually polishes. And it will remove a lot of metal if you press hard enough, so you can actually continue with your shaping. As you see here, it's becoming a little bit more smooth. Looks a little shiny. So it'll give you a finished product. That's why I like using the flat side of my carborundum wheel. Just hold it straight. The metal will get very hot, so make sure you're using gloves or some sort of something to hold on to it. And eventually it's going to get nice and smooth. It'll finish out, deburr, and it'll become a finished product. And as you see here, this is my finished product. Just nice and smooth, nice and shiny, nice and flat. Now it's ready for paint. Just hang it up, spray some flat black on it, and you're ready to go. Now I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I mean, I was really concerned about filing this thing down and ruining it, but it came out really good. And as you can see, now I have it actually almost fitting perfectly in the fake box that I have here. I will find out when I go to my next match. I'm 100% positive this is going to fit perfectly into the box. So it went from this, where you see on the right, to the flat edge here. Now I got to tell you, Zevtech makes a great product. I really, really love this Magwell, which is one of the reasons why I didn't discard it. I could have just said, screw it, let me just throw this thing away and fit it in the box. But I love the way this thing works, so I decided to make some modifications to it. So I hope this really helps anybody out there that's having the same problem that I did. If yours fit in the box, great. Mine didn't. So instead of throwing it away, I made some modifications. Stay safe out there, be vigilant, and take care, my friends.